What's up, man? This is the Bull. Today we're gonna be talking compost. So come along. As you can see, I got all these trees. So I got all these leaves. So got all these leaves. All these leaves, they'll eventually turn into, and they'll just break down. And I mix leaves, grass clippings, table scraps, not your regular table scraps, but you know, vegetables and fruit peelings, eggshells, all that. Throw right into the compost. If you garden and you don't have a compost pile, you're missing out. Even if you don't garden, you shouldn't just be throwing your vegetable scraps and all that in the trash. So anyway, come on, let me show you. Let me show you. So I have about five compost piles. I have them all over the corners of my property. I use a lot of compost. It's so, I mean, you can tell the difference between somebody that just plants their plants into the ground and their vegetables are just little trees. If you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen some of my eggplants. I mean, you know, I get some nice big eggplants, big peppers, big squash. Everything I grow grows good, and it took some time. It took some time learning that the most valuable thing you can do when you're gardening is to grow your soil. Grow your soil every year. Add amendments to your soil, compost. Coffee grounds, all that kind of stuff. Just put it into your soil, and it'll just benefit from your plants. So anyway, going over here, as you can see, I have leaves. I have all these leaves piled up. I just pile them up. I pile them up here. As you can see, they're all wet. They start turning all brown, breaking down. And as they break down, I'll start adding them to other areas in my compost where I have a level of breaking down. This one's a little newer, that one's a little older, and as it goes on into, I get to just pure compost, which I'll show you down at the end of my property. So anyway, come along. Over here, I got another compost pile. Here's, as I'm walking around my property, and I pull out some plants, and they're dying out, they're old now. Just chuck them into your compost pile. They'll end up breaking down and turning back into soil. Over here I have my pond. That's a project for another day. However, I just wanted to show you a little bit of my pond. I've been working on it after 2 years and I haven't finished it. I gotta purchase a liner and get that liner in. I'll probably do that next spring. Get that liner in and get it all finished up. It's gonna be nice. It's 3.5 feet by about 12 feet long, by about maybe six feet wide. So it's a nice pond, and it's deep. A lot of people don't make their ponds that deep. Usually they're about 18 inches or so, like that. But I made it deep. I want to be super special. You know what I mean? Anyway. see, I got all these trees, I got all these leaves. Any dying leaves from the trees, everything goes to the compost. Over here, I have another compost pile. This one's a little bit more broken down than over there, and if my cameraman could zoom in over here, you can see inside here I got all kinds of banana peels, just everything, mangoes, peaches, plums, anything and everything goes in there. And as you can see how much this has broken down. Even though I got all these banana peels, all the worms will come up and just enjoy eating away at these fruit peelings and all that stuff I put in there. All the leaves, all these worms, they go inside there, and as they eat, all they do is eat and poop. And what you end up with at the end is all this rich organic compost, and with worm droppings in there. I mean, it doesn't get any better for garden than that. So this will all break down over every couple weeks. I just pull this up, move it over to the side, and just re-toss it in there, mix it around there, and so it'll help it break down faster. But again, if you don't have a compost pile, get one going, you know, because it's if you garden, it's a gardener's dream to have it, because it does your plants a world of good. Come on over, I'll show you some other ones. I got one over here on the corner of my rabbitry area. Over here, as you can see, I got all these wood chips just breaking down, letting them sit over the season, and it just break down and rot out and stuff like that. So you can see these are mostly wood chips, but they were really hard. They've been breaking down a lot. So I use those. As those break down, I mix it with other parts of my garden compost, and I also use that as a dressing over the top there to suppress weeds. So this is another matter that I use. Coming over here, I got another compost pile. Now this pile here, as you can see, this was at one point just all leaves, grass clippings, wood chips. And as you can see, over time, it's been a few months. It's been sitting here for a few months. But if you look at this, just zoom in over here. Look at this. It's starting not even to look like leaves anymore. So you got pine needles in there. You got leaves of all sorts. Wood chips, coffee grinds that I throw in there. I throw my coffee grinds as I go to like Starbucks and stuff like that, and I ask them, hey, you got any spent coffee grounds? And they'll be more than happy to give it to you, because I'm gonna throw it in the trash anyway. However, those coffee grinds are awesome for your garden. The worms love them, and as a matter of fact, I got some here that I picked up last night, and I'm gonna just toss just toss over. Just toss over right onto my pile. Even the filters you can just leave in there. Those filters will break down and the worms will just go in there and have a field day with them. So anyway, there you go. Don't be scared, you just get your hands right in there. Spread it around. Spread it around. So that'll just sit up there next time. Next time I fork it in, give it a toss over. This will sit here. I'll let it sit here for a couple of weeks. Then I'll take this whole pile and I'll move it over to this side over here, and that'll help the breakdown process. So that's another one of my compost piles. Just covering it up because a lot of times early in the morning the birds come, they start picking in there and eating up all my worms. I need those worms to go fishing, and I need them to help my garden. I need those worms in there working for me. And over here I got some finished compost. Okay, so zoom in over here. You've seen those leaves, you've seen those wood chips. What do you think about this? Look at that. This stuff here is ready. You see a few little grasses in there and stuff like that, just because I ended up throwing in some rabbit manure, and some of the straw got mixed up and went in there and stuff like that, but it's okay. Anyway, look at that. Look at that, right from leaves and wood chips. One last one, show you right over here. Got another one. Got another one right here. Right over here. In this one here, I got all kinds of, as it's been breaking down from my other piles, it ends up right here. Since this is my rabbitry area right here as well, I get some of my rabbit manure. I just toss it right up in here. And as you can see, look how good and broke down this is. This was all wood chips and leaves at one point. You can't even tell it. You can't even tell the difference anymore between that. So this stuff is ready to use right in the garden. So what I'll do is sometime over the next week or so, I'm gonna go give all my garden beds I'll shovel in a nice couple inches of this compost all over the garden. Let it sit there over the season, and just, you know, come spring, I'll give it another one, and we'll be ready for planting. Get some of those nice vegetables you'll be seeing in my garden. So anyway, I hope you like my video. If you could take the time to like and subscribe, I really appreciate it. Thank you.